Hello friends, it's Dave here from SaveDex.
And I'm Sophie.
And welcome to another edition of Demo Talk, where we play 3 demos for half an hour each, and then we bring our thoughts of them. So today we've got 3 upcoming Nintendo Switch games that have demos on the eShop, and they are Super Magbot, Unbound Worlds Apart, and Mythic Oceans.
Hooray!
So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're going to do more of these in the future as demos appear on that eShop. So let's start off with the first game we played of the 3, Super Magbot.
Yes.
So what is Super Magbot?
Super Magbot is a 2D platformer where you're using magnetic physics.
Yes, so it's a platformer where you can't jump essentially.
Yes.
So how does that work?
So basically you have magnetic powers and you've got red and blue, and you use the forces of attraction and repelling to move about.
Yeah, so you sort of have the red and blue platforms. They might be on the wall or on the ceiling or on the floor.
Yes.
And you've got the L and R triggers.
Yep.
One of them's for blue, one of them's for red. And if you were to want to go to a blue platform, then you need to use the red power to attract yourself to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're standing on a blue platform and you need to get across a gap or something, you'd point at it and then you'd use the blue to repel yourself from it. And it kind of works like that.
One of my favourite things about it is that you aim with the right stick, and you can aim your trajectory of your jump. So if you need a steep jump, you do like a steep angle. Or if you need to jump across a long gap, then you do more of a flat angle.
Yes, that was really good. So it's quite a physicsy, I'd say. Is that a word?
Yeah,
Physicsy, yes. And it's basically, from the setup, it kind of looks like Meat Boy. I mean, the story is nothing special. Like, there's a villain that needs stopping. Go get him.
Yes.
Pretty much. And then you play as this robot that's come down onto this planet. You get told, oh, you need to go save him. And then off you go. So this demo consisted... We actually beat the demo in this half hour.
Yeah, before the 15-minute time limit as well.
Yeah, because basically it gives you a handful of levels to beat. But then when you beat them, they say, oh, well, we'll give you an extra 15 minutes to complete these extra levels. And they get even more challenging.
They do.
And we'll get to them in a second. But then we managed to beat those levels. I don't know if they were a handful.
I think we were like 3.5 minutes to spare.
Yeah, something like that. So that was all very good. And I could tell, like, although I said the story seems obviously a basic setup, there was quite a lot of humour I saw straight away.
Like with the robot going ching.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it.
And they were very self-aware that it was a demo that they were in as well. So basically, the actual levels themselves reminded me of Super Meat Boy.
Yes, I've not played Super Meat Boy, so I'm going by what you're saying.
In the fact that they are difficult levels, they are single screen, although Meat Boy could scroll at points, but essentially single screen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're short, and it's basically... So you have no checkpoints because they're too short for checkpoints. And they're ones that you're going to keep on playing over and over again until you beat them.
There's also a timer on it, so you can come back to it and try and get a better time.
Yes, so there's replay value there. I don't know how many levels there are, but every level after the tutorial ones, there are these 2 little cube things to find.
Yes, yeah.
And you've got to sort of go out of your way to find them.
I think they are star fragments, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, when you get both of them, it says it forms a star fragment.
Oh, okay, sure.
And on the menu, it says there's 110 of those. So
Nice.
I'm guessing there's 110 levels plus a tutorials, but it says if you get them all, you unlock extra challenges. Whether that's extra levels or if it's, just different things to do in those levels. Who knows? But we did see in this demo some really clever designs as well. Because like you mentioned already, you can attract yourself to the ceilings to get over gaps, and you can sort of wall jump in that way as well.
Yeah.
But there's also things like these bubbles that you could go into.
Yes,
And
but they
then-
were only for a limited time, so you had to be quick with your movements.
Yeah, and they had things like falling platforms and things like that. Or sometimes there'll be walls you smash through, and you've really got to sort of use your brain with this, but you have to do it quick at the same time.
Absolutely.
So there is some trial and error gameplay. It controlled very well. I noticed on the how to play bit there was a button you could press to slow time down or something. Which
But we didn't need to use that, did we?
I tried to use it at one point and it didn't work. So
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what's going on there. But
Maybe you need something for it to work.
maybe it's an extra thing you can get, but it's very what you can do from the get-go looks like what you can do throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
So it's not about the gameplay changing through you getting new moves, it's the gameplay changes through great level design.
Absolutely.
Pretty much. And so this game, how much is this game then?
It's £14.99 and it releases on the 22nd of June.
So not long to wait for that.
Yes, next week.
Yeah, and it is a very small download of 358 megabytes.
Nice.
So yeah, this is a very good one I found, and
I really enjoyed this demo, and it made me want to play more of it.
Yeah, and again, like I can't remember how many levels I actually played through. It was about 20 or something, and I did that in less than half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, it's going to get harder. There's going to be a lot of levels that you'll be stuck on for a long time, and I love that sort of thing.
I know you do.
I mean, people that don't like challenging levels, if you don't like games like Super Meat Boy, or Celeste or something like that, if you find them difficult and don't enjoy that, then this is probably one to avoid. And as the controls can take a while to get used to for some people, I imagine. And even me, I was pressing the wrong buttons constantly. Mm-hmm. So I was like trying to attract myself to something, but ended up shooting myself backwards. And to get your head around the right colour was... Yeah, so so you're happy with this game?
I do, I really like it.
Cool, brilliant. So let's move on to the next one. And that next one is Mythic Ocean. Now, the game refers to this as a prologue, but it's a demo, let's face it.
Yeah.
So what is Mythic Ocean? You're the one that played this, not me, but I did watch you play it.
So it seems to be a choices game set in a mythical ocean. We've got these mythical creatures who are kind of like gods, and you go to them, you speak to them, and you sort of communicate on behalf of them with each other. That's what I got the feeling from it. And it also feels like a collectathon, as in you don't collect things, but you talk to different fish and then you collect them, and you collect pages, and it's like part of a book. But yeah, it's ultimately it feels like a choices game.
Yeah, sort of a lot of exploration.
Yeah, a lot of talking as well.
I mean, the eShop describes it as adventure.
I mean, I guess it could be, because you're swimming around the ocean exploring.
Yeah.
It's a really nice world, and it's really, like, beautiful to look at. I did find the swimming mechanic, it was easy to use, but it made me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, I know what you mean with these sorts of games.
Yeah, because you're, like, first person, you're swimming through.
Yeah, and it's about, I don't know what creature you're meant to be.
I guess you don't know until, it happens.
I mean,
you've got echolocation, so I'm guessing either a dolphin or a whale or something.
Yeah, I was thinking dolphin.
But remember, they're mythical creatures.
True.
So maybe you're one and the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although there's real life animals in there, like we saw the barracuda and, little crabs, seahorses. Yeah. So maybe you are like a real life.
What was that weird dancing thing?
Well, that was a mythical god-like creature.
Yeah, so your task is you got that eel, not from World 3, but just from the beginning.
Yes.
Who basically tells you to find the gods.
Yes, and that you have to find them and you have to communicate with them, and it's your choices that make up the thing. And apparently this is destined, and it's happened several times before.
Yeah. So obviously on the eShop, it's describing it as sort of like a visual novel element to it.
Yeah, I can believe
free
that.
roaming. But it also says your choices, there can be thousands of outcomes as well. It says on the eShop description. So there's something, a bit of replay value there, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but
yeah, true.
From what I can see, every time you say something that's good, there's like a green, they light up green around them. So I did a lot of green, so maybe I'm making the right choices.
How did this control?
Yeah, so like I said, with the controls, it is simple, but I'm rubbish with these sorts of controls. So I was going up and down, and it was going a bit too fast for my liking. But there is a boost button, and I did use that a lot. You move the camera with the R stick, and it's okay, but I feel like it made me feel a bit sick moving it around. Yeah,
so sort of motion sickness.
Yeah.
Thing.
But then I am sat quite far away from the television, so my eyes are having to adjust a bit more than usual.
Although one thing I'll have to say is I usually don't get motion sickness in games. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's usually if I'm watching someone else play a first-person game.
Yeah.
That's when it happens to me. But it didn't happen to me watching you play this.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm sat quite far back
Yeah.
and I've not got my glasses on. That's probably why it
Yeah,
did.
maybe.
But other than that, it was really nice world. The music's really like...
Yeah, music was so good.
It's calming. And like, I think as a swimming sim on itself and like just experiencing and
Like the atmosphere.
and the music, that's a really nice element to
And the
it.
characters seemed fun in it.
Yeah, I really
Definitely.
like the, I don't know what it was, it seems like a water ferret or something. Otter maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
That's what otters are, right?
Pretty much. I like that. What were they called? They all started with a Z, and they were sort of like a stack of them.
Yes. I can't remember what they were, but yeah, they were
I liked
funny.
Those, yeah.
And the rock.
Yeah.
It seems there's some humour, I guess.
So it was easy to find your way around with a map.
Well, there was no map. But there was a teleporter. So as soon as you found a
Main
god,
character, yeah.
main character. I don't know if they are gods, but yeah, you can teleport to them, which is really useful because you need to go back and forth between.
Because one of them was a larvae,
Yes.
and you have to make it grow into
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sort of things like that. So this game costs £12.99. It's out on the 2nd of July.
Mhm.
So just again, not too long to wait for it.
Mhm.
But it is 1.2 gigabytes.
Oh, that's quite big.
Yeah.
But then understandable if it's like a big area.
Yeah. I imagine it's a game compared to Super Magbot, which had a brilliant art style. I
Oh, yeah,
found
100%.
that's simpler than the one on here.
Yeah, 'cause it's like a 3D
So-
world. That you're
So this one
exploring.
is a cheaper game than Super Magbot. Still a bit spicy though.
a little bit spicy.
Yeah, but for people that like the exploration games, doesn't seem like a bad one. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't play it again if I played
No.
through it one time. But
Yeah,
I mean, just to experience it was quite nice.
yeah, it's a nice thing to experience in a demo. So check out the demo. It's called Prologue on here.
Mhm.
One to take a look at. So now let's go on to our final game of the demo talk, and that final game is Unbound Worlds Apart. What is this game then, Sophie?
So this is a Metroidvania 2D puzzle platformer with this gimmick of like portals and different abilities with those portals.
Yeah, so this game has only recently been announced to coming to Switch, I believe, and the demo sort of got put on when it got announced.
Nice.
So at this time of recording, there is no release date or price on the eShop, but it is a 4.8 gigabyte download, which is quite hefty.
It is quite big.
Compared to the last two games we just played, but from what I've seen of this game, this could be quite a meaty game. I don't know if it's actually out on other platforms yet or not, but I don't know how big it is, but this could be a sizable game.
Definitely.
But it was also the shortest demo, because it was just under 20 minutes to beat it.
Which is quite good because, we do half an hour.
Yeah, it gave me a taste, because it meant I could play it and then you could play some as well, and that's the half hour filled up. So what this game is, it's very simple to control from what we've seen so far. Obviously, Metroidvanias, you gain new abilities as you go along.
Absolutely. And it has a map.
Yes, it has a map. It's the only game today to have a map. And so, therefore, instant purchase. And basically, it's just B to jump, Y to interact with things. And then you press minus to open up your map. That's the most important element of this game. But maps are important in Metroidvanias anyway. But also you have the L button. You learn how to open up a portal. And we've seen aspects of these portals, like they do different things in different areas. Like the first one you get will just open up a circle where you're standing. And that will make things be different. Like some things will disappear, some enemies will appear, some platforms will appear or disappear. There might be sort of spikes that you can't get across, but you hit that portal, those spikes disappear in the other world.
Yeah.
But that circle stays where you opened up the portal.
Yeah.
So you can't, you have to stand in the right spot to give yourself the space to move.
Yeah, you might have to jump and then open the portal, close the portal, open it again.
Yes, so sort of precise jumping in that way. But then you get to another area, and opening up the portal reverses gravity.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, then and obviously you don't have to keep the portal stationary where you were. You can move about freely. But yeah, then there's some nice gravity puzzles we saw. I don't know if the gravity thing comes back later or not, but it was confined to the one area. So the area is designed around the gimmick of the portal.
Which is really good design.
Yeah, definitely good design. It means that it gives them the freedom to do what they want with these puzzles, and you can't just cheese something. Like if you go to an area later on and, oh no, the gravity would be ideal for it, that people could be able to easily get past. But no, the gravity thing is only in another area, so you can't just cheat things. But then you didn't get this far, but after that there was an area where it was a dark area. You know how much I love dark areas.
Oh, you hate dark areas.
And what the portal did was light up the area, but you had to be standing still for the light to be working.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't my favourite area of the three, but I got through it all right.
Cool.
So,
I guess it's another string in the...
Yeah, definitely, but I got past that. So after I did the sort of 3 areas, I got to go into this tempo, then it just said thanks for playing the demo.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know how big the game is, obviously don't know how much it is or anything like that, but yeah, this was a really fun game, I felt.
And the story as well, you're waiting for this, I can't remember what the name of the thing was called, but you're waiting for it to return or something.
Yeah.
And this portal opens with these evil eyes, and then it seems like there's this complete destruction of the world that you're living in.
Yeah.
And then there's a safe haven underground, isn't there, or something like that?
Yeah, and
there's dark. There was one bit where the person you talk to, you can't talk to them, and their eyes they go dark.
Yeah, definitely. And also, speaking of sort of dark, sort of spooky things, if you're an arachnophobe, don't play this.
Oh yes.
Because there are some bigger spiders later on in the dark bit especially.
But they're mythical spiders. They're not actual real ones.
Yeah, but they
still
got
spiky bits on their back.
They're still, giant spiders are creepy.
They are indeed.
But I've noticed in the description of the eShop there are 10 different portals you can get. We experienced 3 of them in this demo. So I don't know what the other ones do. I'm excited to find out. And it also describes the platforming as Twitch platforming, which is a term we actually had to look up. Because I've heard of the term before, but I assumed people were talking about people playing games on Twitch. But it's apparently
it tests the player's response time. So the anti-gravity ones where we had to press really quickly to go under a certain area. So
games like Celeste and Super Meat Boy, things like that, would be Twitch platforming. I'd never heard of that term before.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. I like Twitch platformers. I can say that right now. I'm a big fan of those sorts of things. I'm glad it's in here. And there are several little secrets I found as well, which were good. And also the presentation, though, was amazing.
It was. I really liked the art style. I liked the little character, and I liked the music was quite nice as well.
Yeah, definitely nice ambience to it. Mm-hmm. Cool. So, out of these 3 demos, what was your favourite?
Oh, absolutely Magbot, Super Magbot.
Yeah, I'm torn between Magbot and Unbound.
I like this one, but I really like Magbot. I like the quickness of it, and I like that it's got magnetic physics in.
That was definitely a Twitch platformer.
Absolutely.
Definitely. But yeah, I'll probably go with Magbot over this one just because I like the fast-paced, smaller challenges, difficult, And I'm sure this one will have them as well later on as well. And
possibly, yeah.
Because it's showing signs of it. So I'm excited for those. So I'm not really interested in the second one we played, the ocean one.
I mean, it's nice, but I wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, that's fine. So let us know in the comments down below what you think of these 3 demos, if you've played them or if you've just seen the footage here. If you're interested in them, the demos are available for free on the eShop. Now each one will give you some nice, 2 of them will give you under half an hour's worth, but we don't know how long that ocean one's going to last.
Probably a long time.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, let us know what you think of these games. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.
Goodbye.